Hey you guys, it's Catherine, certified nutrition consultant with Foods That Heal You and Foods That Heal You CBD. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about digestion and inflammation. So if you're not digesting your food well, you have poor digestion, weak digestion, compromised digestion, bowel disease. When you're not digesting your food, your organs become inflamed and your entire body is going to become inflamed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review 7 tips or 7 things that you can start doing. Most of them pretty much cost nothing that you can start doing to help you maximize your digestion and improve your digestive system process, okay? The first one's going to be to chew your food. And that might sound really simple and, common sense, but the fact of the matter is most of us are so stressed out and so busy that we just forget. We're running from here to there. We're in our car eating. We're running around the house getting ready to go eating, and we forget to chew our food. So be conscious of that. Be mindful of that. Chew your food. Your stomach won't chew for you. Your intestines won't chew for you. So when you don't chew your food, it's going to rot and ferment in your digestive system, feed parasites, candida. It can be really at the root of all disease when you don't digest your food properly. So make sure that you're chewing your food. That's the first step in the digestive system process. Enzymes, that's another thing. People take digestive enzymes. They're not going to chew your food. If you don't chew your food, the enzymes aren't really going to work for you. Okay, so make sure that you're being conscious of that, taking your time, chewing your food until it's as much liquid as you can, and you're going to digest your food a whole lot better, okay? And another thing with not chewing your food is it can also lead to food allergies. So I won't go into a whole big explanation about that, but just so you know, it's really, really important to chew your food. Number 2, overeating. So when we overeat, we overload our digestive system and it causes inflammation. When we overeat and put too much in our stomach than it can handle, a lot of that food's, again, not going to digest. And if you've ever noticed when you overeat and you eat a lot of food, especially if you're eating the wrong foods, which is typically what we overeat. I mean, most people don't binge on a bag of apples or binge on broccoli, right? We're binging on the stuff like the French fries, potato chips, waffles. That's what we're overeating. So you have a double whammy there. You've got the wrong food, and then we're eating too much of it. That is a recipe for inflammation, especially high salt, high sugar. So your body can only handle so much food at a time. Anything else is not going to digest. It's going to rot and ferment in your gut and lead to all kinds of health conditions, poor digestion, inflammation. So be very careful not to overeat. And if you're eating the right foods, healthy foods, it's really, overeating is not really a big issue. I have people go through my 21-day detox program and they're concerned because I don't count calories. I don't have really rigid structure with, how much you're gonna put on your plate. And that's because when you eat healthy, like I said, you really don't overeat. And people are amazed how you can learn how to, when your body is ready to stop and when you're satisfied, because you're eating real food, you're getting nutrients. The biggest reason people overeat is because there's no nutrition in the food they're eating. So your body's like, I need more, I need more. The body's constantly looking for those nutrients. So it keeps saying, feed me, I'm still hungry. I still need nutrients. And you're eating a Big Mac and it's saying a Big Mac doesn't have any nutrition in it. So that's a part of what can lead to overeating. Number 3, proper food combining. So and I have a whole video series on that, and I'll have links below this video for a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, but when you properly combine different food groups, they're going to digest better together. So for example, if you eat fresh fruit with, let's say, eggs in the morning, those are going to require a different environment in your stomach, and they're not going to digest well together. Or if you make a smoothie, a lot of people make fruit smoothies, and that's terrific, but they're adding, for example, protein powders. Well, protein requires an acidic environment, and fruit requires a more alkaline environment. So they require different digestive juices and environment in the stomach, so they aren't going to digest well together, and the body's going to choose one or the other. So proper food combining can really help maximize your digestive system. Now, if you're interested in, like I said, I have a video series, and also in my programs, I use proper food combining. And in my Foods That Heal book here, I have a chart in the back to help guide you through the food combining as well. And this is available on my website or on Amazon. But I'm a huge fan of proper food combining. Anytime that you can implement into your diet, it's really gonna help you digest your food better, especially if you're someone who has gas and bloating and burping and constipation. different symptoms like that, the food combining really can take your digestion to the next level. So I strongly recommend that. It's going to help reduce the inflammation in your body. It's also going to help reduce the insulin that's being produced, because when you combine foods that don't go well together, it can spike your insulin up to 300%. And insulin in high levels like that is going to cause inflammation. So we want to balance our insulin, and that's got a lot to do with digestion as well. Number 4, hydrate. Now, you might think, well, just drink water, right? Well, here's the missing link with hydration. In order to hydrate properly, you really need a lot of fruits and vegetables. Yes, I totally think you need to drink water. I'm not saying don't drink water. In fact, in my Getting Started video series, which is totally free, I strongly recommend that you get signed up for that. I talk about what's the best water to drink and how do you make that water more nourishing or hydrating to your body. There's things that you can do that are real simple to help that water get into the cell, okay? But you also want fruits and vegetables, because plant water is natural. It's going to be more hydrating actually than drinking water from the tap or just drinking a glass of water. Fresh fruits and vegetables are going to be very hydrating, and so you definitely want to increase your fruits and vegetables take, and this is going to help hydrate your body naturally, so that it's going to help reduce the inflammation. It's going to help the sodium get in and out of the cell better. So, when people get inflamed, they get swelled up, right? That's because the body is retaining water. So you want plant water, fruits and vegetables, in addition to the water that you're just drinking every day, to help the body function properly. All right. Number 5, cleanse. Okay, so in the digestive system, when we don't eat properly, we overeat, which everybody does this. We're all guilty, unless you're, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's perfect with their diet. I certainly am not. So when you do go out and have something that causes digestive problems, you overeat, you eat the wrong stuff, it's going to build up in your digestive system. So you're going to want to cleanse your digestive system a few times a year. The general rule could be every season. You want to cleanse your liver, your colon. We take care of our cars, right? We get oil changes. We take better care of our cars than we do our bodies. So you want to definitely cleanse out the old waste. And if you, for example, if you don't have a bowel movement every single day, let's say you eat perfectly and you're like, well, my diet's perfect, but maybe you don't have a bowel movement every single day. I can promise you that you have toxic waste that's backed up, your colon is inflamed, backs up into your liver, now your liver's inflamed, so all your organs start to become inflamed when you have all that toxic overload, all that toxic waste that's built up in your digestive system from not cleansing it out. So again, if you had a perfect diet all the time, then you might not have a problem. But if you're a human being in America, I can pretty much promise that you have some toxic waste that really needs to be eliminated. And I have my detox program that's set up to make it really straightforward and simple. I have this on my website here. You can check this out, but it's a 21-day plan with eating healthy, clean foods. It's balanced. It's meat for meat eaters, for vegans. There's a variety in there, but it's really clean eating to help cleanse out your digestive system using proper food combining that we mentioned. And then you can go into deeper cleansing with liver cleansing, kidney cleansing if you choose to in the second week. So that's a really great way to get a jump start. And you can do that every season. Once you purchase my detox program, you can repeat it. You don't have to buy it again, and you have support on Facebook that's lifetime support. So I really strongly recommend doing a cleanse of your digestive system that's going to hugely reduce the inflammation in your body. All right. Bacteria. So we need healthy gut bacteria. And it's going to help boost our immune system and help us digest our food, which will ultimately reduce inflammation. Now, the mistake I think a lot of people make is they take probiotic pills. That's not necessarily a mistake to take probiotic pills. There's 2 mistakes here. First thing, you have to cleanse out your digestive system first. If I have leaves, and I think I mentioned this in another video, if I have leaves on my yard, I'm not going to plant grass seed before I rake the leaves, right? You got to get the leaves out of the way, or the grass seed can't get to the grass. It can't get to the soil. The same goes in your body. If you're taking probiotic pills and you're not removing the junk, the toxic waste that's in the way, clogging things up, the probiotics can't get where they need to go. You're pretty much wasting money on those pills. So you want to make sure first you cleanse your digestive system, And then you want to consume bacteria, healthy gut bacteria. And it doesn't always have to be just pills. It can be sauerkraut. It can be fermented kombucha tea. So fermented foods, fermented kimchi is another great choice. What I do is a couple of things I do, because food and a supplement are great. I drink fermented kombucha tea. I take a tablespoon or a couple tablespoons of sauerkraut, just eat it straight as a snack in the middle of the day. It kind of curbs my cravings for foods if I'm wanting to snack on something bad. Take a couple bites of that. That helps populate that gut bacteria, healthy gut. And then I also have my daily organic greens that have probiotics in them and have some digestive supporting herbs in them. So there's several things you can do to help populate that gut bacteria. I wouldn't rely on just one thing like one pill. I would definitely make sure you're getting fermented foods in your diet to help build up that digestive system and help boost your immune system and help reduce inflammation. Okay, the last one here is going to be dealing with infections. Now, because infection in the body is another stressor that can cause inflammation. In fact, it will cause inflammation. So what you want to do is, and again, you want to do this in order. You want to cleanse your system and you want to populate the good bacteria, but you also want to make sure that you address any infection that's in your body. For example, Candida overgrowth is technically an infection, or parasites. It's a type of infection. Or if you have another type of infection, there's MRSA, there's just thousands of infections, and those are going to cause inflammation because it's very stressful on your digestive system when you have an infection. So a couple of things that we do in our household are, and I can have links to this for Amazon, but one we do is oil of oregano. And what we do is you can take this for like 10 days at a time. It's a natural antibiotic, so it's only going to attack the bad bacteria, the overgrowth, the bacteria that there's too much of. I want to be careful how I say this. It will not destroy the healthy gut bacteria. It's not an antibiotic like you get at a pharmacy, okay? This is a natural antibiotic that's going to help the good bacteria will continue to populate, and then the unhealthy bacteria that you're trying to reduce or get rid of, this will help with that tremendously. But you need to be careful only to take it for 10 days and then take a couple weeks off because it is very strong. So this is something that we use, and we take it like 10 days, a month. And then this is another great supplement, garlic, which is just awesome for so many things. But this is the allicin in the garlic. And again, I can put an Amazon link, but this we take, if we feel like something coming on, we feel like we might be sick, or a bacterial infection, a cold, a bacterial type, whatever. And this is antiviral as well. So we just take this as needed. If we feel something come on, we feel a cold or something. I ran into this. There's a personal story here. Like 10 years ago, I had an ear infection, and I was desperate. It got so bad. There's a point where you need to go to a doctor, right? I'm not a huge fan of drugs, but at some point there's a purpose, right? So I went to the doctor. I got some antibiotics. 10 days later, nothing. I mean, my ear was just in so much pain. I got this Allimax. 2 days after taking the Allimax, my ear infection, the pain was like 50% reduced. It was unbelievable. So there's a lot to be said for natural herbs and natural medicine. I'm not saying replace your antibiotics, but these are definitely not going to hurt. They can only help, especially if you're somebody who's dealing with Candida overgrowth and infection in the body. If you do all of these things to improve and cleanse out your digestive system, you're going to really feel a lot better, and that inflammation is definitely going to start coming down for you. Okay, I hope that this video is helpful. If you have questions, you can email support@foodsthathealyou.com. Check out my website, foodsthathealyou.com, my detox program, my Foods That Heal book. I have free videos, free articles, a lot of information out there to help you learn how to become a healthier you and reduce inflammation in your body. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you in the next video.